What's up, y'all? It's Ebony just coming to y'all to talk about patience. Let's talk about our patients. Let's talk about how you really care for them and make them feel like they have a say-so in their care. I say this because I follow a few groups on Facebook, and one of them, I asked the question. Let me back up. I follow a staffing group for dialysis, and I follow a couple groups with just the patients, just so that I can always have a heart and have an idea of what they're going through, and have an ear for them. So I asked the question of what's the worst part about dialysis for them. It's not my body. I'm not, when I say that, I'm not going through dialysis, so I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like. So on that perspective, so I asked the questions, and I was gonna say the wrong word, but I'm one of those people that would ask a lot of questions to get a better understanding. So once I ask that question, the responses are flowing. Okay. Facebook doesn't show Facebook shows the messages like days after. So in 5 days, I can't wait to see what they say. But one thing that I saw that kind of irritated me with us as staff is someone said they feel like they don't have a say-so in what happens and what goes on. And I'm looking absolutely not. I tell my patients, this is your body. This is not my body. This is your body. Now, some stuff I don't agree with because I can already see this is going to go south. But they want to try it. For instance, one thing patients like certain patients like to do is tell you where to stick them. Ugh. I got my door open, flies and gnats coming in. I personally, this is not my favorite thing, but when they say, "Oh, can you stick me here?" You know what? I just be like, "All right, cool." So the patients that do that, when I'm getting ready to stick, after I do my circular alcohol motion, then I say, "All right, where we going today?" "Oh, I want to go here." Now, if it's because some people access is straight and then it does this curve and then it goes back straight. So if it's one of those and they want to stick right in the curve, I'll be like, why? I only get annoyed with that because I'm the one that's gonna have to keep getting up if this machine goes off. So that's the most annoying part about that. Other than that, I just be like, all right, I'll tell them. I will tell them though. I'll say, hey, well, this is kind of in that curve, right in that curve. So this might not be a good place, but if they are still persistent and still ready for that, guess what? You're gonna get stuck right in that curve because that's what you want. It's your body, not mine. I just prepare myself to have to get up, or not get up. Sometimes it could be good, and sometimes it is not good. So it just depends. Also keep in mind that their bodies will change. So I've seen where patients have on this Facebook page, I've seen where patients have said their nurse basically told them to give up and die. Don't tell nobody that, because they could not keep their fluid under control. Do not tell nobody that. Do not tell nobody that. How insensitive, rude, disrespectful. That person needs to be fired on the spot. I'm that type of manager, nurse, whatever you want to call me. I'm that type of boss. You need to be fired. Don't tell people that. If you see that someone is struggling with their weight gain, they already know this. Don't make them feel worse. Think about yourself when it comes to accomplishing certain tasks. As a regular person that doesn't have kidney disease, and you're failing at this task consistently, or you struggle with procrastination or whatever it may be, You beat yourself up already. You don't need nobody telling you to stop and give up, and you might as well die just because you can get it right now. Like you can get it. And so keep that in mind. Just how we talk to them really affects them, and they sit there for hours meditating on what you just told them versus you just walk off and go do your thing. Like, so I always try to leave my patients with encouraging words, encouraging thoughts, some laughter. If they're having a bad day, I can usually could tell. I'm like, how you doing? Or like, I make them laugh about their weight gain, but I get serious. I mean, I tell them like, hey, so just, you might want to watch it. Or give them different ideas. So you can even like research different ideas for their renal diet that will help them do better with their weight gain or weight loss. And then think about it. Our bodies are not meant to stay the same all the time, especially like with the diet, American diet or not American diet. Like your body probably won't stay the same all the time because the whole point is you're getting older. So your body will begin to go through its own evolution process or whatever. So just keep that in mind. Like our bodies do that, and so do theirs, even though their bodies just has a malfunction, if that's the right word to use. So yeah, watch how you talk to them, but make them feel like they have a say-so in their care. Again, it's their body, not yours. If you give them too much saline, or if we pull too much, they got to go home and deal with that. They got to go home and deal with the cramps or the fatigue or the low blood pressure or the high blood pressure or the feeling like they're drowning on the inside, because some of them, like the fluid can be on their lungs. And like we have one lady at my clinic, her like she knows exactly how much needs to be pulled or not needs to be pulled, and she can tell that she can really feel the difference. So I always ask them, like, if they know they're heavy, I'll say, well, can you feel the difference? And then they'll say yes or no, because then sometimes like they have to come in for extra treatment. She hasn't, but I've had patients where they had to come in for extra treatment and do a sequential. And on the machine, the sequential is literally just only pulling fluid, not pulling and cleaning. So just keep that in mind. Like, you're talking to people who are living with a disease, that you don't have. Like, don't be saying crazy stuff to them. Like, even if they're rude, like, yeah, I will tell them if they're rude, or I'll be like, I try to watch it, because sometimes you just really want to go off, but I try to be considerate of the part where sometimes they have bad days and good days, and so do we. So do I. I have bad days and good days as well, but I just don't let them see it. I think I'm a little more jolly on my bad days, and they be like, oh my gosh, you're just so jolly, so happy. And I'm like, in my head, like, I really don't feel like being here. I'm not feeling that jolly, but I'm like, I have to do something to take my mind off of that other thing that's pulling on me. So my give is coming off. I just put this on today. I'm working on my wall. I'm cleaning up, y'all. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video. If you're in the clinic, oh, I say all this to say, I just remembered another part. I can talk about this all day. But anyways, I say all this to say, if you are new to the dialysis world, remember, you're a stranger coming at them with needles. They don't know you. If they don't want you to stick them, do not take offense. I remember being at a clinic. This lady did not want me to stick her, and it was like for 6 months or more. One reason was because there was a particular person that was telling her negative things about me. Okay. So that made her look at me sideways, which I knew. So I was like, okay. The second reason was because I was new. And so for a while, she was like, can you go get such and such? Absolutely. I most definitely can go get them. So I would go get such and such. But this one particular day, such and such was not available at all. And whenever she would become available, it was going to be a long time. And this patient would get off early. Naturally, she would get off early. So I was like, listen, you can either wait for her, which is going to be another 30 minutes or an hour, because she was in her own section, in her own pod, doing her own thing. So I'm like, you can either wait for her or you can just let me go ahead and stick you. And so she caved, and from then on, she let me stick her. And then, like, keep in mind, like, some patients are more sensitive than others. Some don't budge, and some literally you go to stick and you be like, ugh. And that can throw you off mentally. So keep that in mind. All my new techs or new nurses as well, keep that in mind. Like, do not take offense if they don't want you to stick them. If they don't want you to touch them. I have this one patient, she be tripping. Now, she is a catheter. I can't do catheters, so I don't even really like deal with it as much. But I remember, like, her machine was going off. Her arterial line was going off, and that makes the machine go off. So I'm like cleaning a machine next to her, and I had my the bleach glove on, or the bleach rag in one hand, and the other hand just hanging. So I'm cleaning it, and her machine's going off. So I go to press the button. She was like, don't hand no more time to me. I said, excuse me, I can touch the machine to get the alarm off. I'm not adding more time to you. I want you to go just as bad as you want to go. And she started laughing. Because she's one of those patients that will give people a hard time just to give them a hard time. So some of them, you gotta get with them. So she did that. But after, she had already been looking. She just be looking at me. So she was like, I like her. It be the ones that give me a hard time. And when they give me pushback and I push back, then they be talking about I like you. I be like, I do not like you right now. I told this one man that, because he be, just like, it be 5 minutes of hell for no reason. Of attitude, of just for no reason. And then once he's done, then he's like, you're the best. I appreciate it. I'd be like, shut up, leave me alone. I would tell him to leave me alone, though. Like, once you get that relationship with him now, when you knew, you can't do that. You gotta, like, feel it out. You just give him the eyes, okay? So, just be encouraged. If you are new, don't be crying. Even though I have had days where I'm crying. Never mind, cry if you got to, because sometimes you gotta let it out. Because the job be hard already, and you be, like, trying to get everything together. If you don't have anyone encouraging, then the pressure of it all can be overwhelming. So I am here to encourage you from near and far from my YouTube channel. So talk to you guys later. Let me know what you think about this video. If you need any more tips on how